Time is money. There is absolutely nothing new about this statement. We've all heard of it, but chances are not all of us actually know how to transmute time into money. Fear not, in today's practical wisdom video, I'll be telling you how you can befriend time and use it to your advantage financially. So stay tuned. However, before we get into it, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you're new here. So without any further ado, let's get into it. 1. Create a time audit. I don't know about you, but there are many days where I feel like time just flies by. I wake up and before I know it, it's bedtime, and I've yet to complete half of my to-do list. If you feel this way too, allow me to introduce you to time auditing. Instead of panicking or completely forsaking an activity out of fear or lack of time, use apps like My Hours, Toggle Track, or Harvest to keep track of your time. Take note of how long it takes you to do a specific task, and honestly assess if you're taking longer than you should be. Do this for everything, even mundane things like using the toilet or taking a well-deserved break. This way, you'll have a clear picture of what's eating up most of your time, so that you can productively reallocate it. 2. Set a time limit to each task. This sort of piggybacks off of time auditing. Once you know where you're wasting time, identify the new and improved time limit for a specified task. Set a timer and get to work. The goal is to complete the task in the time limit. If you can't, you just have to move on to the next thing on your to-do list. While this might seem daunting at first, give yourself grace and recognize any urges to procrastinate. When you feel overwhelmed and anxious, pause the timer, take some deep breaths, and get back to work. It's all about building the self-discipline and practice. 3. Use a to-do list. This one, although obvious, can make your life so much easier. Aside from writing down the main goal, for example, finish writing an article by 3 p.m., take time to also break down that goal into smaller ones, i.e. 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. research, 10 a.m. to 11:30 a.m. start writing. It's scientifically proven that ticking things off your to-do list makes you feel more productive and fulfilled. The more things you tick off, the more you'll want to work. A to-do list alongside time auditing and timers is a fantastic way to produce high-quality work without wasting time on distractions. The less time you spend distracted, the more coins you have in your pocket. 4. Plan ahead. I hate the feeling when I wake up in the morning without knowing what to do. It's not like there's nothing to do, but I just can't decide what to start with. It's very frustrating. If, like me, you've ever had this problem, I think I may have found the solution to it. Want to take a guess? It's planning ahead. Before I go to bed, I jot down all the things I'm supposed to do the next day. If it's in the office, I spend the first 10 minutes organizing all that is required of me into a short list before I start to work. Whether it's before bed or first thing in the morning, have a list before you work, so you know the plan for the day. In case you don't have time to plan at night, make sure that every morning when you get up, you quickly sketch up at least 5 very urgent tasks to be done that morning. You should try this method and tell me what you think in the comments section below. 5. Spend your mornings on the most important tasks. Mark Twain once said, if it's your job to eat a frog, it's best to do it first thing in the morning. And if it's your job to eat 2 frogs, it's best to eat the biggest one first. For the sake of being candid, I did not understand the saying at first. However, I do now, and I'd like to share it with you. Essentially, you want to start with your most important tasks first. Mornings are the time we're most energetic and also have less resistance. This is why you want to use this to your advantage and just get shit done. Plus, once it's all over, you have the rest of the day to enjoy your easier tasks. 6. Learn to delegate tasks. The most relieving thing I've ever heard is that I don't need to do it all. I'm allowed to ask for help. This applies to you too. Hire professionals who are well-versed in something you don't feel confident in. In fact, it can even be for things you know how to do, but just don't have time for. Not only will you be saving time, you'll also be honing a very crucial skill. Delegation is a useful skill to have, and when combined with a charming personality, can get you a lot of help. And anyway, when you're a multimillionaire CEO of companies, delegation is really all you'll be doing. 7. Eliminate half work. Getting distracted when doing something isn't a surprising thing in our current era. It's not like I want to. Sometimes we're so focused but are suddenly expected to do what society wants. Occasionally, we find ourselves trying to balance our unreplied emails, messages, and to-do lists, while we still have to finish up something we were originally doing. In most cases, we end up not completing them. The truth is that we'll keep failing at what we're doing if we don't fully commit to what we're doing. The only way to prevent this is by allocating a reasonable amount of time to do a task, and focusing completely on it until the time lapses. This full removal of distractions is the only method I've found to enter into deep concentrated work, while avoiding fragmented periods when you're just doing half work. 8. Change your schedule. If you're watching this, it's clear that you want to learn some practical time management skills, and I'd be pleased to assist you out. In fact, if you're having trouble managing your time, rearranging your calendar could be the answer. If you're used to sleeping late and struggling to get up in the morning, you should consider waking up early. I'm sure we've all heard the saying, early to bed. Getting up early makes you wise, healthy, and strong. I think if you're considering changing your schedule, you should add waking up early into your plan. It's so beneficial when you wake up early in the morning. You'll have a lot of good and quiet time to plan your day, exercise, go through your emails, or even finish up on some pending tasks. You should also reduce the time you spend watching TV. I know we all love late-night Netflix binges, but you can't do them every night. Fix your sleeping schedule and implement an energetic morning routine and a relaxing night routine. Get your 8 hours and stop doom scrolling on TikTok till the wee small hours of the morning. 9. Leave a buffer time between tasks and meetings. Burnout is real. Many people think working continuously is the route to success. Sure, it's a quick way, but it's not a sustainable one. There's only so much stress your mind and body can take before giving up. This is why it's important to allow yourself time to detach from stress between tasks and meetings. Go for a walk, do some yoga, listen to music and move your body, or simply take a power nap. Give your mind and body some recovery time as a way of saying thank you. You'll be more productive and more successful in the long run. 10. Be organized and do single tasks. Every year, the average American spends 2.5 days searching for lost belongings, and research says that we spend more than $2.7 billion per year on replacing these things. It's funny because most of the people who misplace their things are always multitasking before losing them. Instead of wasting a lot of money replacing the lost items in your house, you could stop multitasking in the first place, so that you don't forget where you put your things. You should also make sure that you put back what you've used in the exact spot where you took it from. If you're working in an office, you should clear up your workspace and create a document of the management system. Remember to stop multitasking. 11. Follow the 80-20 rule. Did you know that 80% of your achievement comes from 20% of your work? This concept is often employed in sales, and you can use it too. Review your to-do list and focus on what's actually essential. Yes, you need to reply to emails, but they may not be as important as a big presentation you have to give next week. Focus on the latter in this case. You want to successfully allocate your energy to the important 20% of your tasks. 12. Stop being perfect. A wise woman once said, "Nobody's perfect. You live and you learn it." That wise woman was Hannah Montana, and she's absolutely right. People spend more energy trying to perfect what they've done than on what's forthcoming. There's no way to succeed like this. 13. Just say no. How many times have you said yes to something even though deep down you wanted to say no? I've lost count as to how many times I have done this. If you want to succeed, you need to put yourself first. Fill your own cup. Learn to respectfully say no when you genuinely do not want to do something. Your friend will be fine. They'll figure it out. You, on the other hand, won't get back to the time you could have spent on your work. Don't stretch yourself thin by trying to be nice to everyone. 14. Don't waste time waiting. If you're waiting at the train station or bus stop, don't waste your time twiddling your thumbs. Remember, you won't get time back. Spend those moments reading or listening to an audiobook. Use this time to expand your knowledge to further your career. Time is a precious commodity that shouldn't be wasted. There are so many ways to manage your time. I've barely scratched the surface. If you're struggling with time, then look out for my money and time management course coming out soon. Hopefully my tips help you out and will encourage you to implement them. Have a great week and see you in the next one.